What's happening, people? United Central here, back with another video, another week, another Friday evening, and it's a match preview. Looking forward to the weekend, and it is no bigger than Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur. Manchester United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer versus Mourinho. You know what I mean? What do you call that? You know what I mean? Predecessor features the present man. You know what I mean? You know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
You could look at it. You could title that a few ways, that one, mate.
Yeah, man, you know what I mean? So, guys, big up everybody for coming in on the live show today. Please, if you are watching this right now, please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the United Central if you are new. And yeah, man, we have, again, always match preview. We have Adam from Mad Red United. How are you, Adam, before we start, mate?
Yeah, mate, I am tired, but getting there. I'm all right. It's a long week, mate. I tell you what, this football club drags you through it, don't they?
You know what, man? You got to give it to us, man, because people don't realize it. Like, people just think like we just come on YouTube and we just put content. I'm a 9 to 5 guy. I work in a school. Adam, you're a self-employed guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's for me. It's been a long week, man. This has been the longest week ever. And you got to realize when you come home, Sancho's not coming. Dembele's coming. Then you got bloody. You know what I mean? I don't know who is coming, but how's your week been apart from football, mate? Apart from football, how's your week been, mate?
It's not been bad, mate, to be honest. It's gone quick, I'll say that. Work's been absolutely mental, as always. My little girl goes back to school next Wednesday, having their school been off for 2 weeks because the head teacher got COVID. So, yeah, it's been mental. Alfie's football called off again this weekend because there's too many of them are self-isolating. It's like, come on, man, come on. But we just need some football to watch. We need this window to end. And we just need to get back into some form of normality and routine with everything that's going on. But, mate, Champions League draw was exciting the other night. Big teams in
you know what? We'll start with that, mate. We'll start with that. You know what I mean? How did you feel about? Big up there, Mary from She Devils United. Big up you, Mary. We'll get you on. So how do you feel about the draw? For me, yeah, I'm worried because of the fact that I know we haven't got some. We still have time to plan it. But are you just worried about the lack of squad depth when you look at the games we've got coming straight after? You know, the likes of Everton away, Chelsea, Arsenal, them kind of teams there.
I mean, we're looking at what I said this the other night, didn't I? I was talking to you about it regarding them 6 games we've got straight after the Champions League games. The squad looks threadbare. I mean, the fact that we've got Arsenal, I think Chelsea and City straight after European games, I'm not particularly worried about them ones because they're all at home and them teams will be playing in Champions League and Europa League as well that week. So we've got half a chance with that. It's the Southampton away, West Ham away, Everton away, 3 clubs we didn't win at last season, and they've got a full week to prepare for us. This is when you need a big squad, and all I'm hearing at the moment, mate, is people leaving and no one coming in. So the squad depth is going to be exactly the same, if not worse than it was last year, and we've got more games to play because we're already through to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. We lose Igalo in January, and then we're into the FA Cup as well after January, and that's if we do qualify from the group stage. Possibility we could even be back in the Europa League come the turn of the year, and then you're looking at going, how many games can this squad last? Because we're just waiting for that first major injury, aren't we? I think all United fans are going, you know what, someone's got to go. Someone's going to go down soon. But no, in terms of the actual league draw, Champions League draw itself, our the overriding happiness of being back in it. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The overriding happiness to be back in the competition sort of put everything else aside. So I'm just buzzing and can't wait to be back in it, mate, because you know what? You don't want a crappy, easy group, do you? You want to be playing the big teams all the time, don't you? That's what United are about. You know, whenever we've won it, we've always had a really tough run-in. So I'm not saying we're going to win it this time, but I want to be seeing us play against the best teams, mate. That's what I want to see, and that's where we belong.
100%. You know what I mean? Playing the best teams, you got to have the best players, Adam. And you know what? We always start with a press conference. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference. You know what, mate? If there's ever, for me, I don't care, mate. He has said he's happy with the squad. When you put that 2-2 together, Adam, is their sign is going to be? Look, I think I've always said it from day one. He's got a big squad. We haven't got rid of them. The owners have said, listen, we've got to make do here, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer loves football club. He's going to budge. He's going to say anything about the Glazers. He's not going to say anything about Woodward. For me, when you look at that, you're thinking, damn, man, he's saying we're happy with the squad. The squad that was 40 points behind Liverpool last season. The squad that limped to top 3. The squad that had so many injuries last season. And we could have literally got beat by Burnley at home. I don't know, Aaron, man. I just feel like is he being too nice to the board again?
Mate, I mean, if people see my Instagram and my Twitter, you've seen I posted the video out on my Instagram. He just looked defeated, mate. That's the word I used. He looked like he was done. And I don't mean in terms of the battle for the season. I think he just realised that, you know what, I've put all the effort in last season and I praised him last season for getting third. What were the board going to do? Were they going to back him to try and push on to the next level? Or were they just going to be stuck in there and happy with top 4? At the moment, it just looks like we're a top 4 team again, mate. Yeah. It just looks like battling for 4th and 5th every season with this squad, because as good as they are and as pleasing as it is to see some decent football and some wins again towards the back end of last season, I mean, we're on 3 in a row this season now, and it's gone by the by because everyone's looking elsewhere and concentrating on other issues. But, you know, I'm looking at it going, today he looked like he was fed up. Like, he's sick of answering the same questions. He's sick of having to go to Ed Woodward and say, what's going on? How are we doing? Because he ain't got no answers for the press, mate, because he has not got any idea of what is going on upstairs or what's happening with anyone coming in. It just looks now, mate, and I tweeted it out before, I'd rather have no one now unless we get in our main targets, mate. I'm sick of 2nd and 3rd choice players coming in just for the sake of having squad players, because are they going to be any better than what we've already got if they're 2nd and 3rd choice? This is the problem, mate. I don't think they will be. And I'd rather just say, look, if we can't get the Sancho, Tellez I would take. I think Tellez is a good player to bring in.
Well, we're haggling over 10 million. We're haggling over 10 million.
Mate.
You know what I mean? Crazy. Man United Football Club are haggling over 10 million. And we're talking about
less than that, mate. We're talking pocket changes here. They're talking. I heard someone say today, one of the agents say that the Tellez deal is all based around Smalling going the other way to Roma. If we're clinging on to Smalling having to go to get Tellez in,
but we knew Smalling was going though.
We
knew Smalling was going.
If that is the case, then you can figure out anyone else coming in, because 16 million. That's all we've got. Come on. I mean, it's farcical. I've just seen Leicester spend another 30 million today. Fofana, was it? Sheffield United just spent 25 million today on a player who's never played in the Premier League, had 1 game. And I'm going, this is what are United doing? And like I said, I can't really say that and then go back on what I just said in terms of buying players for the sake of it. United are at a level where they need to be buying the right players. But we all know the problems that's brought up, and that is the fact that they don't want to pay for the right players. So it's stuck right in the middle of it. And I could just see some third-rate player coming in last minute. And third-rate, I mean, anyone who's below Sancho is 2nd and 3rd choice, isn't he? So do they really want to come? Are they happy to come knowing that United were all in on Sancho and the guy coming in is 2nd choice? Where's the player's head at? Take all these issues out of the equation and just go and get your main target. And then there's no issues. You look at what Liverpool and City do. When they bring a player in, they go in, make a bid and make it look like they want him. They really want him. And then the player comes in all happy. If a player's coming into United on the last day of the transfer window, it just looks panicky. For a club United size, it just looks like we've just desperation buy-in just to appease the fans. And what's that player's head at? Where is his head at? Because clearly he wasn't thinking about going to United. Because for a club like United, like I said, to come out and try and buy someone on the last day of the window, it's just bordering on desperation and it's just needy. I just don't think a club like us, like United, should be doing that. But this is the modern United now, and it's no wonder we are where we are, not fighting for anything, stuck in 3rd, 4th at best.
You know what? Yeah, people, I've seen someone argue here, or what can Ole do? What can he say? You know what I mean? I'm thinking, as a manager, for me, I would honestly change my opinion of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It was just to say, I've said what I've said to the owners. It's up to them as a junior to the football club. If they don't want to spend, make it clear to me so I can move on, and then we go from there. Listen, if you're gonna get sacked, mate, I don't know, man. Where's the principles as a manager? I don't want that. For me, he's not getting a job after this. I'll say this again and again and again. He's not getting a bigger job than Man United after he either resigns or he leaves his football club. Or what terms we're gonna call it? So you just got to say to yourself, look at the board and say, listen, I need money. If you want me to improve the squad, let's talk right now. For me, you're a Manchester United manager. You can't just accept this. What? If you're saying, people know my opinion about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I understand it, but I want him to be backed because we're all here as Man United fans. We all come and go. I said the outsmart talks United yesterday. I said we're all as a common goal to be Man United to be the best they can be. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I understand that he's not going to get to where we want to be, but at least back him.
This is what I mean, mate. Was it someone said it? Someone said it to me the other day when I said how Ollie survives this. There's a way he survives this, and there's a way where he can turn some of the doubters in the fan base as well, and that's by simply stop putting the names in the team. Stop putting the Pogbas in just because he's fit. Stop playing De Gea because he had such a good season 4 seasons ago. Yeah, nostalgia, all this. Forget about it. We're all in the business of winning games. And if Ollie doesn't realise that, he's out of the door. I don't want him to go. I want him to say, look, De Gea, 350 grand a week. Go take a seat on the bench, son. You're not playing well enough. I'm in charge. He just doesn't look like he's got the power. He needs to... He can do a lot this season for me still. He really can. And you know what? I will start backing him even more if he starts doing that. If he drops Lindelof, if he drops De Gea, puts in a Henderson when he deserves to be in, puts Bailly in when he deserves to be in, brings Pogba out, brings Bruno out, whoever, put Van der Beek in there, play a different style, stop being as rigid. And like you said, I said it so many times last season, I've argued with everyone about Rashford. I always back Rashford, but I'm not deluded. Rashford was playing poor towards the back end of last season. So drop him out, rest him, stop playing him, and bring someone else in. Make the rest of your squad work. And then when Dan James does turn up, like he did the other night, and is absolutely deflated, has got nothing in him and looks like he can't even kick a ball, that's probably down to management as well, because Rashford or nothing, Martial or nothing, Pogba and Bruno or nothing. There's other players there. You can mix 1 or 2 of them in. And definitely in that defence, mate. Seriously, pal, we need to. And it just looks to me like...
Sorted? How's that crazy not being sorted, mate? That's, for me, it's criminal, mate. It's absolutely criminal how that's not been sorted, mate.
It's like he needs to have world-class players to do his job. That's what he needs to have, rather than... And you know what? I'm not even going to just say this about Ollie, but someone mentioned it on the radio the other day. I think it was Carlton Cole, actually. I was listening to him speak the other day, and he was talking about Pep. And he said, why do you have to buy another defender? Why can't you coach what you've got? You know what I mean? Why do you need to go out and spend another 50 million on a defender? 410 million spent on defence because it's not working. What happened to the coaching qualities? Why don't you coach what you've got? Why don't you go into that training ground and make someone better? It just seems to be forgotten about now. And for me, it's just the same with United, because the players that he's brought in that weren't, well, top-class players like a Bruno, I'm looking at Maguire, who's just hanging on in there now. Wan-Bissaka, young player. James, young player. Now that the pressure's on them, they're starting to drift off a little bit. So you need to have someone on that training ground who can get a grip of them and say, look, let's get back to the qualities you were showing at the start. Let's not look back into the transfer market because this one's not working. Why can't we make this work that we've got? Because there are good players there. It's just, they just don't, when the form goes, we don't ever seem to be able to get it back.
No. And that's the key thing, man. Zayn Massey says, hope you smash Bale's Ryder Cup team. We need Sancho. It's the only hit beat of Arsenal. And I think there's a question for you. He says, thanks for the super chat, Ajmal Cosma. He says, Adam, I have a feeling these players are difficult to control. You can only bottle them up. Mourinho could not as well. Look at Oli as age. You know what I mean? But then it's like, you know what I mean? How can we can't get rid of them? The board are spineless, mate. You know what I mean? They don't care where the football club is. And you know what, mate? Evidently, we are happy that, you know what? Where we are right now is 4th. And is Oli that type of manager where he can levels at that point? Maybe the club are thinking, Oli's the type of manager to say, you know what? We can always be hungry for Champions League football. I don't think he's gonna give us a title. I don't think he's gonna ever challenge for a league, but he's gonna be happy to maybe challenge to get top 4. That's a minimum requirement of Man United Football Club. And I'm just thinking is it a case of, you know what? Is this where we at right now? You know, this is the lack of silence. Is this where we at right now? And I'm just looking at thinking, these players won't be here soon. Then these likes of Pogba and all these, not signed a deal for no reason. They won't be here soon, mate.
Let them go, mate. If they don't want to play, and to answer that question, simply, are you telling me that there's not a player who's going to come in and give everything he's got? If you drop one of the other players, I know Henderson right now is chomping at the bit to get into that team. He's cost us nothing. I know Eric Bailly cost us, 40 million, 4 seasons ago, chomping at the bit to get in. So there's 2 that will change the team, change the defence completely. You're telling me that Van der Beek isn't going to come in and replace Pogba and actually go out and do a job? No, there's not a kind of chance. Greenwood for Martial? Come on, let's be serious now, because it's not going to be an issue for these players to come in and start playing for the manager. He needs to find who's going to play for him. I don't think Pogba is going to be one of them players who is not, who's going to down tools and not play. I just feel like Pogba has to have a certain setup of team around him, Pogba, to work. So you need to make a decision as a manager. Do you build around that, or do you move on and make the next thing work? Because, like I said, Van der Beek would come in. I don't think our performance would drop. But people disagree. People say it's an agenda against Pogba, but he's just not been consistent enough, mate. He was great towards the back end of last season.
Yeah, exactly.
So why not? Why not? You know what I mean? If you can't get that back out of him again, say, look, we're going to leave it for a bit. Let's just chill off, take your break, get your fitness back. Let's work on that and get you back to where you was. Are you too scared to say that? If you're too scared to say that, then let's be honest, you don't belong in that hot seat as Manchester United manager.
No, 100% not. Jerome T. Green here says you never can see Ollie formation system shape. Ollie has one player and one player has been found out. Blame the board, yes, but Ollie takes the blame. Zay Massey says if Dyer and others take toilet breaks, you will definitely beat Spurs. Thanks very much for that, mate. You know what I mean? Genuine question is.
Did you see that? Did you see that picture of the man of the match when he put it on the toilet?
Yeah, toilet. Oh my god, man! You gotta give it to them, mate. Lebu Sabak Masuko, thanks for super chat. He goes, gents, here's a real question. Why are we Ollie out, but we said we'll give him 2 season backs? And you're London Lindelof is a cow.
I'm not saying Ollie out, mate. I'm not saying Ollie out. I want him to go through the whole season. I said I would judge him a bit harsher this season because, you know what, he's got a squad there that got 3rd last season. And yeah, everyone else was faltering around him. I know that. But
yeah,
there's got to be something that you can do to the current squad as well. I know people will say he's not been backed and this and that. I know we needed more. We definitely needed more to go to that next level. But there are certain players in that team that can get better. And I just think that this season is the season when we need to see a little bit more from him in his in-game management, in his training, in his tactics, and his overall know-how. Because, to be honest, if he sees out this season, then he would have been the longest-serving manager since Sir Alex Ferguson has left. So, and then you can't really say that he's inexperienced. He's coming up to 2 years at one of the biggest clubs in the world. So there's experience enough there. He's dealt with an awful lot already. So there's got to be a time when you say, look, okay, let's start seeing something now. Let's see something like we've got a plan going forward. I think that's what I want to see this year. And like I said then, just don't be afraid to change that team because that'll go a long way for me. And I'm sure it'll go a long way with a lot of other fans. But again, at weekend, when he puts in De Gea and Lindelof, it just looks like he's just bowing down to him again.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We've got 900 people watching the live stream. Please smash a like on the video, mate. You know what I mean? Match preview with Adam from Mad Red United. So please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Jerome T. Green again, super chat here. Thanks, mate. I love Adam's mentality. Ollie's far too soft. And he's symbolic on the sidelines when they deserve it. 2 legends. I have trouble thinking all the coaches with everything on. £5 more if Adam looks at my direct message on Twitter in the next year. You know what I mean? It's gonna be an
direct message. I don't know. Has he sent me a DM? Let me just check
DM, it. Mate. Let me receive that $5, mate. Come on, mate.
Let me just get it up now. Hey, you should be throwing it onto when I go live a weekend. You'll throw it on mine as well.
Throw it on his as well. You know what I mean?
What's his? I don't know what his name is.
Daniel,
know,
let me know your name, mate. Let me know your name. You don't have to put another super chat, but just let me know your name. But yeah, it's the big one, man. It's fun. Outsmart Mourinho. We beat him one time beforehand. Is this another time for Ole to outsmart Mourinho? I know it's a lot of going in. They've been digging each other out. You know what I mean? They've been calling each other names and whatnot. Can Ole do it again, Adam? Are you confident with the new team?
Yeah.
No fans in the stadium. The way Tottenham are a bit 3 wins and about this week. You know what I mean? He goes, "Oh God, not on there. Do it. Look at it later." He goes, "Don't do it now, mate." He said, "Don't do it now. Look at it later." Right. He said.
All right, he still give you one as well.
Yeah, still give one as well. But what are you thinking, mate? You know what I mean?
Mate, I'm not worried for the Tottenham game. I've said before, I think we'll beat them 3-1. And he's, you know what, mate? I don't rate the Tottenham team, even though they're on a bit of a good run at the moment. I still don't rate them. And I just feel like Ollie is going to do it again. I don't think he's got a problem against the bigger managers. I really don't. And I've heard people talking online saying the team's going to go into this game, I'll say, with everything going on in the background, not ready, not prepared. That's a load of crap. That's just an excuse. You know what? I expect United to go in fully ready for this game. 4 or 5 games in now, fitness should be back. And people keep forgetting we have got an half-decent team. All we need is decent players on top of that just to go to the next level. So if you're talking, can we beat Spurs? There's only 2 teams that I fear in this league, and they're the ones that are always there at the top. So, no, when it comes to a single game like this, then I expect United to go out fully confident and ready to beat Spurs. And I expect us to beat Spurs. As simple as that. I expect United to go out and beat Spurs at weekend. And I just don't see a threat. But if people want to use what's going on in the transfer windows as an excuse, no, I'm not agreeing with you on that one. That's just
11 for 11.
Garbage.
We should be able to get a result there. But when you look at the way Mourinho's rejuvenated the Tottenham team, I'm a bit worried about them coming over and almost becoming like sealing the fate for Ole. You know what I mean? Imagine they come over here and they almost seal the fate. You know what I mean, for Ole. Is that concerning for you?
I mean, look at it last season. This fixture last season was D-Day for Ole, wasn't it? It was literally, he was on the cusp of going, I think, and we had Tottenham and then we had City in the week and we beat them both. And then we never looked back really in terms of anyone thinking Ole was going to be going, because that was the turning point for him. So is it going to be role reversed this time? To be honest, mate, the board have got zero excuse to even get rid of Ole right now if they don't do anything themselves in the transfer window, because it's just they're going to get absolute pelters if they get rid of Ole now. I could see it if it goes later down the line in the season, maybe then. I just feel like the board are looking at it going, you know what, it'll probably be more cost effective to us to bring in a manager like Pochettino and see if he can do better with his squad than rather fill all his squad with players that he wants and spend multi-millions. That's just how I think they're thinking, mate.
Given how Mourinho's with the documentary, lack of transfer one, do you think he was untreated fairly in his tenure? I don't know, mate. We were here at Trafford, weren't we? You know what I mean? The amount of games, you know what I mean? We were seeing the drab results, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I was there games when I left early, 4 or 5 minutes early. And I went, you know what? It's not even worth it, mate. It's not even worth it me staying there. You know what I mean? Jerome T. Green says, Martial not getting the shots in 2 games. It's an issue for me. We don't create enough chance to win games. And I think Son is the most dangerous player. Who's not playing? I think Maguire was made for Kane. And yes, Maguire cannot do too better. When you look at the overall game, mate, and you look at the way you don't have a centre-back options, our midfield, we don't know the best 3. Martial's not firing this season. I mean, Rashford's starting to come a bit of form. The way Tottenham play, the way they can be counterproductive in terms of stop you from playing. Is this almost a dangerous game for Man United? Because they come out gun-ho like they did against Crystal Palace. We get picked off the park, mate. And when you got Harry Kane up front, mate, I don't know, man. Someone just telling me for Man United to almost not sit back, but don't invite the pressure. Don't go too gun-ho, because Tottenham, Lucas, Bergwijn, especially Harry Kane, will just pick you off, mate, on the counter. And Mourinho will look to do that at every single opportunity. Every single opportunity, mate. I
tell you what, mate, you can counteract straight away by playing Henderson and Bayer. Simple as that, because they feed off Harry Kane. If Harry
That's what you
Maguire
think,
misses
though.
out,
That's
yeah,
what you think.
yeah. If Harry Maguire loses out to Harry Kane, and they do get a flick on, then you know what I mean. You've got Eric Bailly sweeping up instead of the slow coach Lindelof, and then you've got a keeper who will actually come off his goal line, come out of his box, and sweep up again. This is what I mean. This is what I was getting at. When you look at people who want to counter-attack us, and we always get caught. We always get caught getting on the counter-attack. We just look slow and lethargic. And you put in a goalkeeper who settles the defence down, a goalkeeper who will be quick off his line, not scared to come out, and then put Eric Bailly in, who's a perfect centre-back to play alongside Maguire with his pace and the way he sweeps up. Then, you know what? I'm starting to think that, you know what, that's not that bad. I know Eric Bailly's issue is staying fit for a whole season, but for me, he's the perfect sweeper. Henderson in there as well. You put a Matic in there pulling the strings, and then pick your best midfield option. Rashford looks like he's coming back to a little bit of his old self again. Green was looking sharp. Martial gets back on track. He's the one who's a little bit behind at the moment. Then you're looking like United have got everything there. On paper, we've got everything to take on any sort of system and any formation for me. It's just realising it. And then if you don't get it right at the start, being able to have the in-game management to deal with the changes and make something happen with what you've got. Because we've got options there to change games. It's if we utilise that, that's all.
And that's the thing for me, you know. I mean, when you look at the squad and you look at it in terms of guys, smash a like on the video. We have over 1,000 people, and I'm here. We only have 292 likes. Come on, man. I'm not even. You know what? I'm gonna wait for 30 seconds, man. You know what, Adam? Get your drink, man. Get your drink, mate. I'm waiting 10 seconds until we hit 500 likes, mate. Come on, man. I'm not having this, man. Get the likes up, man. 500 likes, man. We got people watching from South Africa, and they're smashing the like video, man. You know what I mean? Come on, guys, man. Don't disrespect,
Get
man.
the likes. Get the shares in. Get the shares in. Share the video.
Man. Hit the like button, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Adam for coming on. But we're gonna. Let me just say something here. Like, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, why on earth, is Lindelof starting ahead of Bailly? What do you think in your mind Bailly does in training ground for him not to be a starter in big games? Is it because he's rash? Is it because Ole's seen the amount of red cards he's got in his career, the amount of injuries he's got, and he doesn't want that? Is he a disaster? I understand Lindelof doesn't give you kind of disaster moments, but he gives you moments that affect the games.
Oh,
is it?
Mate, he gives me kittens watching him, mate. He's no. I forget your disaster moments. He causes disasters everywhere else because of what he does and how he plays. So I'd rather a full-blooded Eric Bailly any day of the week than a Lindelof. That's just my style of football. I just like the defenders to let the strikers know that they're there and let them know that they're in a game. But Lindelof just, mate. To be honest, if Bailly plays against Crystal Palace, we don't lose the game.
I didn't realise that, but why? What's the myth then? What's the myth?
Do not know, mate. If he's fit, he plays. Simple as that. Especially when you competing against Lindelof. It's a no-brainer, isn't it? It's simple.
Oh my God, man! You know what? Yeah, it kind of, for me, it baffles me, man. It baffles me. It absolutely baffles me. And you know what I mean? I'm just looking at Lindelof here. You know what I mean? In terms of what's it called? 1 second. Justin Daniel Luciano, pen medical, and finalizing transfers will be a moderator on the United Central. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. You know what? You got me actually gassed there for a second, you know. I actually thought we bought a player there. You know what I mean? Why are you doing this to me, man? And I'm going to go here for you with the biggest question we've got at all, mate. The midfield free, Adam. Midfield free. What is going to go on here? Because Tottenham like to play in a system where they play Winks and Thingy. What's his name? Another Danish lawnmower. What's his name? Højbjerg.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, them two will absolutely maybe squeeze our defense and squeeze Pogba. They might do a job on Pogba in terms of squeezing him, in terms of pressing him on the squeeze and getting him on the half. Don't let him get on his half turn. Then you've got a player in Sissoko who's an absolute runner. So maybe it's a game for legs. I don't know, Adam, man. You know, what would you do in here? Would you go for the solidity of Matic, but then you get caught on the counter and then you get caught on, like, you know, the press? Or do you go with a Fred who's more tenacious and can at least move around on the ball and move and literally press the Tottenham defense and Tottenham midfield? Well, it's a bit of a catch-22, man. I don't know what we're doing, man.
I mean, we need to start. I know people say, and I've said it before, you play your best team. and Matic is our only holding midfield player. So for me, if he's fit, he would normally start for me. But there's got to be a time when we actually start thinking we cannot rely on him. There has to be something better. If we can't get it in the transfer window, then seriously, we need to start looking at what we've got and who is the best out of Fred and McTominay right now. And for me, Fred he's definitely pipping him right now. If he just controlled his passing a bit more and tried to slow his game down a little bit, Fred would be ideal, but I still don't think he's a holding midfielder. So what do? Do you play a 4-3-3? Do you change the formation to suit what we've got more? Do you stop thinking about other teams and going, why don't we play to our strengths? Why don't we play a system where we've got 3 midfielders? We could play Pogba more in an advanced wide position if you wanted. And that way he's not got as much responsibility, because Pogba's responsibility should be creating and causing carnage and there are for the pitch, not receiving the ball off Matic and Lindelof, because they can't play that killer pass. We have other players who can do that. So, I mean, in terms of Fred and the energy, I'm looking at Spurs' creativity through that midfield, and it doesn't really scare me that much, to be honest. It really doesn't. I know they're off the back of a couple of good wins in the Cups this week, but seriously, man, if we can't handle a Spurs team that's played 4 games in 10 days, then I'll be worried for the rest of the season.
Even in the confidence bit element, the way the scoring goes, even that bit, you're not thinking?
Yeah, they're going to come into it confidently, mate, but that to me just says that they're going to be looking to come out and attack United. And will Mourinho let them do that? I just don't think he will, mate. I really don't. I just think it's a game where Ollie has to be savvy. Like you said, do we go less attacking? But then I'm looking at our front line. It's just naturally attacking. And we're at home here, mate. We just got to stop thinking about how other teams play when we're at Old Trafford and just go at them. And he's probably going to park the bus and try and beat us parking the bus just to take the mick, Jose, isn't he? But this is it. I just think there's a role for. I think Van der Beek starts for me, mate. That's where I'm probably getting at. I think Van der Beek starts.
Wow.
I think Pogba. I think Pogba coming on is probably the right idea. I just feel like he looks like he's a game away yet, Pogba. He's nearly there, and obviously when he's
I would drop him again. I would play in that midfield 3 for me. I'll play Fred, Van der Beek, and Bruno Fernandes, because we need energy. We need energy in that midfield. I really do, Adam. I just feel like the way Tottenham would like to press and the way Tottenham Winks and Højbjerg, they haven't got. I want to say they're the fast players, but they've got energy in there. And especially when it's Sissoko, they love to run around. You know what I mean? Dele Alli, if he plays, he's on form at the minute. You know what I mean? You've got Lo Celso who loves to get on the half turn. I'm just thinking all them factors, man. I'm just thinking that midfield battle will be key, because I don't want Bruno Fernandes to be, when he loses the ball, don't trap back. There's a lot of injuries in there, but if everyone's doing the business, if everyone is tracking back and Fred is hustling and harrying, then Bruno goes in, then Van der Beek goes in. So it's like, for me, the only thing where I don't get with Matic and Bruno is, Matic and Pogba is, when they lose the ball, are they quick enough to get it back? That's my only opinion. And that, in this kind of game, we don't need any passengers. You know that old saying, can't have any passengers, Adam. And that's, for me, will be my worry. Can Man United get the ball quick enough off the opposition? That'll be the test for me for Man United. Can they get the ball quick off the ball?
I think this is why he tries to play Bruno more advanced, because he does look to play quicker. He does close down and press quicker than what a Pogba would. I think this is why he's trying to play him more advanced. But I feel like maybe a Donny van der Beek would be the one for that. With a Bruno behind him, Bruno's not going to hold on to the ball for a long time. He's not going to hold on to it like Pogba does. And I just feel like Bruno in that number 8 role releases it quicker and gets us moving up the pitch quicker. I just think Pogba is just a bit more as a luxury sort of player, which is why he needs to play. I mean, some people have even said, you know what, why don't you just let Pogba be one of the front 3 and let him play out wide and let him just drift in and out and pick up the ball in dangerous positions? Maybe that's an option for our front line rather than, you know what, putting going with Greenwood, Martial and Rashford all the time. Do you know what I mean? There's options there to play with, I think, and he's just got to be able to find them, because for Juventus, he played on the left-hand side of a midfield 3, Pogba, and was a world beater. So, and I just feel like, you know what, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I know it's not our club and our formation or manager, but who are you building the club around? Who is the main man? Who is the main man on that pitch, and how are you building the team around him? Because you can't fit all the egos into one. Someone's got to take priority, and he's just got to be able to find it, mate, because time's running out for him now. This is the season when he needs to find his system and his style of play. But is it there? Can he do it? He's got enough players there for me to even to do better than what he did last year. Definitely points total wise. I know we're looking for his improvement every year, mate. In terms of will we challenge again? Not until we spend more money. Definitely not. But we can improve on last year, definitely, mate.
Yeah, 100%, man. You know what I mean? 1,223 people watching live the stream, man. Yeah, man. Big up the support, man. You know what I mean? Please smash a like on the video if you are watching, man. Come on, man. Takes 2 seconds. We're gonna go with the team news. We're gonna go with the team story. Obviously, you know what I mean? Would have had Sancho in there, you know what I mean? All them kind of players, but it's not gonna happen, mate. You know what I mean? Even Tellez, we can't get over the line, mate. You know what I mean? It's crazy, but what is your team, mate? Let me hear your team loud and clear for the people. And for people in the comments below, let me know your team for the game. I want to see your team, please, guys.
My team, I'm going to go realistically in terms of the formation I know he's going to play rather than what I would play. But yeah, the back would be Henderson in goal. I would have Bailly and Maguire at centre backs. I would have Wan-Bissaka and Shaw fullback. The midfield three would be Matic with Bruno, then Van der Beek in front of the front three, the three amigos, Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood. That would be my team.
Are you worried about Martial? I still think he'll get back on.
I just think I'm worried. I've always been worried about Martial. I mean, people go on about him all the time, saying he's fantastic in this. You heard Ricky spouting the crap that he comes out with about him, saying he's undroppable and he's the only one who gets in without any complaint into our team. It's
no player's undroppable. No
one is. No one's undroppable, mate. If Martial needs a kick up the arse, then put Greenwood through the middle. You know what I mean? Change it up, but I just don't think he will. That's why I've gone with that team. I think Martial will play himself back into form again because he is absolute quality. So I'm not particularly worried about Martial, to be fair. I just think that he's just a little bit behind. He's in a similar position to Pogba, but we haven't really got cover up front, mate, so we can't really afford to drop him at the moment because we've seen how poor Gallo was in the week. So Martial has to play. He will come back, mate. I'm pretty confident he will because you don't lose that quality that he was showing towards the back end of last season. Couple of tune-up games that he's had. He's had a little bit of a break this week as well. He should be raring to go, mate. And then it's international week. Is he going to get picked for France? He could even get a couple of weeks off. So he'll get back, mate. He'll be the old Martial. I'm pretty confident about that. But like I said, no one's undroppable. And if he has poor games, then he takes the criticism like everyone else. If you want to get to that world-class level that people say he is, which he isn't yet, then you have to perform every single week. You have to perform every single week, mate. It's as simple as that. And he's got all the capabilities to do it. He really has. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about him yet. If it goes on for a few more games, then I'll probably get a little bit worried. But he's only played 2. So, yeah, I'm happy with him to be right up front there again, hopefully. Pulling one over Mourinho because, you know, he loves playing against Mourinho.
Well, exactly. You know what I mean? Rasmus Malcolm, he says, do you believe we signed more? Are we done? I can't really comment, mate. I just feel like
he's given up commenting on that
one. Manager's too dumb to make them tough decisions. Yeah, I just think there's a lot of options in. But with my team, I'm gonna go with David De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Bailly, Maguire, aka Harry Beckenbauer, Luke Shaw. I'm gonna go with Fred. Bruno, Van der Beek. I'm gonna go with Rashford, Mata. I'm going with.
You're going with Mata where?
Mata wide right. On the right, mate. I feel like
he doesn't work there.
I don't know, mate. I just feel like the intelligence of the ball. We just need that intelligence of the ball. And I know people are saying, "Oh, it's only Brighton," but I just feel like he might just offer intelligence. I don't think we're gonna play. We don't play with width, though, Adam. But that's why my opinion is we don't play with width. I just feel like if Martial's not doing well first half, I feel like Greenwood could go up front. You know what I mean? Then we can mix it up and there. I just feel like Mata's on form. And what you do is you play your best players on form. That's my opinion. And then I'll play Martial and Rashford up top. You know what I mean? I just go with that, mate. I don't know what it is yet, but I don't know, man. I just want to go with Mata. I don't know what it is with me, mate. But
You
that's
just
with my
feel
team. Mata's too slow. You know what I mean? Man. I don't know, man. For me, I just don't know. I just feel like Mata with the way he's playing at the minute, he looks a bit more rejuvenated. You know what I mean? When he's coming off, he looks more the one that's going to be make the pass. If you compare a killer pass against Tottenham, who don't really give you that kind of width as well, they don't play with width as well. So
I mean, I agree. I
maybe,
agree. Mata deserves a shot in the team alongside some of the better players. I do. I mean, if he's playing them silky balls through to a Rashford and Martial or a Greenwood, like you said, then it's not exactly playing around to Dan James and Igalo, is it? Where they're not even on the same wavelength. So I do. I mean, I just think maybe if he starts, but then is he going to be brought off because he is out of his depth again because it's Premier League standard and level? It all depends, mate. But you've maybe got a shot. Spurs will definitely be lacking in a bit of energy. So, I mean, if it was a vibrant sort of fast pressing team with Mata, I would have gone, well, no, definitely not. Definitely not. But for me, I'm going to go with my original. I just feel like Greenwood and Marcus Rashford are brimming. They're ready to go. I'm confident that they're going to be the ones that pull us through this game, mate.
Rants. He goes, man acting like Martial gets 6 chances game and missing. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, mate. And he goes, Ollie needs backing. Let's not blame him. For me, no, I'm not even going to blame him, mate. I just feel like it's all on the board, mate. It really, really is all on the board. But we're going to go with the last.
Is.
Yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? It massively is, mate. 1,400 people watching. Man, big up everybody who's came in the live stream today. Like the video, people. But we are going to go with the result of the game. Outsmart Mourinho. I'm going to go with 2-2.
What?
2-2, pal. I don't know, man. I just feel like it's going to be a draw, mate. I really do. It's going to be a cagey draw, mate. I was going to say 2-1 Man United, but I'm just looking at Harry Kane, mate. I just don't see how we win. I don't know, mate. 2-2 I'm going with, mate. 2-2, you know what I mean? I think respectable draw, mate. You know what? This is where we at, man. This is where we at right now. I'll be real with you guys, man. This is where we at right now. We're not the team of old where we thought 3 points at home against Tottenham anymore. I think last year we scraped them with a 2-1 penalty. The season before that, Pochettino won 3-0. The season before that, we won 1-0 against Pochettino. Remember the Martial goal? The season before that, it was a 2-1. I think it was a 1-0. Mkhitaryan scored. You know what I mean? So listen, I know my stuff, mate. I've been there, Old Trafford. I've been there. There's been 1-0s. We've been losing, drawing. So for me, I'm going with 2-2, man. 2-2. We don't really beat them convincingly at home nowadays, man. We used to do back in the day, mate. Bale scored against us when Ferguson was there. I think, you know what I mean? It's not been that easy, mate. I think when Moyes was first season, we beat them 3-0, and apart from that was it.
I think when Moyes, I went 3-1. 3-1 United, 3-1, mate. Yeah. I think we've got goals in us, mate. I really do. I don't think we got a clean sheet, so that's why I went with a 3-1. I just feel like the circumstances of them playing so many games is going to catch up in this one. And I think we should be taking advantage of it.
Yeah, I think so. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, hopefully we get the W because transfer window, I mean, nothing looking likely there. And I just hope, man, for the club's sake, for the morale of the football club, mate, for the morale of everyone who's involved, yeah, we get a result, mate. We get a result, man. But guys, that's been your match preview. You know, I wish
you on the gun, mate.
You know what I mean? Match preview. Sorry, someone sent a simple chat. Sorry, by the way, I forgot to read it. Bruno on the right, Pogba, Dolly, Fred, midfield. Wow, Bruno on the right. Would you take that Bruno on the right? I'm not too sure,
mate. I don't think so. Not for me. I just feel like Bruno's more disciplined than anyone else. I think he's got the energy to get up and down the middle as well. I think he'd be wasted out wide. Even though he does drift out there, I do see that point. He does drift out there a lot to get involved and get some space. So, yeah, it's all about interchange. I'm all for interchange through the game, but I think there's a setup you can have when we've got the ball, and there's a setup you can have when we haven't got the ball. It just needs to be drilled in. There is ways of mixing it up and changing it around. We've got to be adaptable. As you look at Kevin De Bruyne, he's here, there, and everywhere running the show, innit? You know what I mean? So it does work. So Yeah, I can see why I'd say that. I wouldn't start in there or be putting him in that position and saying stay disciplined in that position. I just think he needs to be adaptable. He's probably the right player who can be adaptable as well.
Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, man, that's been your match preview with Mad Red United. Adam, let me know their socials, bro.
Yeah, you can catch me on Mad Red United on YouTube. All my socials are on that main page. We have got a bonanza of a weekend coming up. We've got before and after the Spurs game. We're going to have a live phone in as well after the Spurs game. So if you do want to come on and have your say, it's open for everyone on Sunday after the game. Try and get as many people voicing their opinions. Have your chance to have a go. And then Monday, we've got to be doing something. I think we're all going to be getting together doing something for the Monday show because
We'll do. You know
day.
what? We'll do something. We'll do something. We'll do something for your channel. We'll do something for my channel. We'll probably do like a transfer roundup. You know what I mean? Hopefully it goes well. You know what I mean? We all pray it goes well. But yeah, man, Adam's channel will be you can just below. Please subscribe to his channel. He's on his way to 20,000 as well. So big up to Adam on that one. But yeah, man, guys, let me know your prediction when you leave this video, guys. Please, if you are watching this after the live stream, let me know what your predictions are for the game. And yeah, man, hopefully we can get the W. I don't want to see Mourinho win it because, you know, if Mourinho wins, he's going to make it clear, mate. He's going to make it clear. He's going to do all that things he did with Pochettino. And he's going to say, where have Man United left after me? The reality is, where have Man United left after him? But guys, that's another day to think about that. But guys, smash a like on the video. Subscribe to that, etc. Oh, by the way, tomorrow, I will be doing a match preview with a Tottenham fan tomorrow from Stoppage TV. So go check that out tomorrow at 5 o'clock, guys. 5 o'clock on my channel. Match preview with a Tottenham fan. But yeah, my guys, subscribe to United Central. Subscribe to Mad Red United. And I'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. And peace.